Thank you, Leah. First of all, let me good evening, Toastmaster fellows and most welcome guests, Veronica and Tina. Tonight we get to hear the topics for tonight is Easter. Before we go into the themes, let me briefly describe the Toastmaster programs. The program will allow you to gain the valuable practice needed to develop your public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. And next we will go to the because we are missing a grammarian, so I propose tonight's keywords be resurrections. Any objections? Yeah, great. So next, I will welcome Yuhan to introduce the timer role.
So thank you, Mr. Chair. Oh, sorry, Madam Chair. Good evening, global speaker members. Most welcome guests. We have Tina and Veronica. My role as a timer, I will use my timing devices to keep track of time. For tonight's prepared speeches, we have 3 prepared speeches. All 5 speeches are 5 to 7. Therefore, we'll put green at 5 minutes, yellow at 6, red at 7. Is my background is backward or looks okay? Looks okay, okay.
That looks good.
And for table topics, which everybody have a chance to participate, it will be green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, red at 2 minutes. And just for all the speeches or evaluation, when you see the red color, you have 30 seconds to finish your speech. So please, when you see so my suggestion is when you see a yellow, please try to go to your conclusion. When you see the red, please please complete your speech as soon as possible. And back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Yuhan. Next, let's welcome Tina to give us an inspiration talk. Thank you.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters. This is a really weird time for lots of us when it comes to work, business, and lives. The pandemic has great impact on our morale. All of us, our lives are impacted greatly. We are worried about catching the COVID or losing our jobs. Then there's boredom and loneliness from staying home for indefinite periods of time. We were reminiscent of the way things were. It's no wonder that over half of Canadians report that their mental health has suffered since last March. While we cannot change the circumstances, we can take active measures to feel better about ourselves. That's when the word self-care kicked in. Self-care, the term is self-explanatory and straightforward, meaning to take care of oneself. Although it's a simple concept in theory, it is something we very often overlook. We were just not raised to think that way. We grew up in an altruistic culture, being taught to be kind, helpful, and thoughtful to others. After all, we are all children, parents, grandparents, siblings, co-workers, or community members. We tend to always put others' needs ahead of our own. Self-care isn't frivolous, selfish, or indulgent. When you fly on an airplane, the flight attendant instructs you to place a mask on yourself first before turning to help others. This is absolutely critical. Self-care is about staying physically, mentally and emotionally healthy so that eventually we are able to take care of people around us. Thank you so much. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you, Tina. That's very inspiring. Next, we go to my favorite part. It's the Master part. Let's welcome our Master, Catherine.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome guests, Veronica and Tina. Today's theme is Easter. Let's have some funny riddles of the Easters. Is it true that bunny have good eyesight? Yes, we never saw any bunny have glasses. What do you call Easter when you are hopping around? Hopping Easter. What was
I think Catherine disconnected.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. I think she had that problem last time as well. But she came back in pretty quick.
Looks like I was lost. What did the rabbit say to the carrot? Any clue? It's been nice growing at you. Why did a fellow rabbit say that the Easter bunny was self-centered? Because he's egocentric. How many Easter eggs can you put in an empty basket?
A dozen?
Only one after it's not empty anymore.
Okay.
Thanks, Charles. How did the Easter bunny rate the Easter parade? He said it was excellent. Eggs. What is a dog's favorite Easter treat? Jelly bones at all time. Why are people always tired in April? Because they've just finished a march. What kind of jewelry do rabbits wear? A 14-karat gold. What do you call a rabbit when with fleece? Bugs Bunny. Here you go. Enjoy the last few hours of your Easter holiday.
Thanks, Catherine. That's excellent joke. Voila. Next, we will go to our main sections. That's the speaking, also the evaluations of the speech. First, I will be the first evaluators. The first speaker is TJ. TJ loves presenting on topics relevant and interesting to him. Right now, he's looking into getting a real estate website up and running for his business. And it's important to him that it's ranked high in the search engines. So today, he will fill in us a bit on what he's learned so far. The title of his speech is SEO. Let's welcome TJ to do the speech.
Thank you, Sharon. Just give me a minute here. I just got to get my presentation up. I'll be screen sharing. So one thing I recommend everyone to do is once I start screen sharing, there'll be a option on the top right of your screen under view, and it'll say side by side. So if you have that option on the computer, you want to, once I start screen sharing, you're going to want to go to view and then click side by side so you can see me as well as my presentation at the same time. Okay, can everyone see that screen? Yeah, okay, sounds good. So just give me a second. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, Veronica and Tina. It's a pleasure to have you here tonight. One thing that I've been looking into is how to rank my real estate website higher in the search engines, because there's no point in having a website if no one can actually find it. Of all the millions of websites that there are available, how will anyone find yours? If you have a website, there's literally billions of websites in the world. And if someone searches for whatever you're interested in, whatever your website is about, how are they gonna find it? You know, there's no point in having a website if people who are looking for it can't find it or don't even know that it exists. So the process of helping people find your website through ranking it higher in the search engines is called search engine optimization, SEO for short. That's where you try to maximize the numbers of visitors coming to your site by making it appear higher on the list of the search engine results. Now, depending how hard that is, whether it's hard or easy to do that is really going to depend on on which specific keywords that you're trying to rank for. And the more broad and general those terms are, the harder it might be. But the more focused and laser those keywords are for what you want to rank for, then you're kind of narrowing in on those searches, and you're not competing against so many people. But in reality, you're still competing. The competition is still very fierce because everyone's trying to rank high for the search for the keywords that they want to rank for. When you perform a search on Google, there's 3 main sections, and depending on what kind of search you do, even that layout of the search results page might vary. But typically what you'll see is you'll see a section at the very beginning for paid search results. The second section is going to be local search results based on what area you're in. And then the third section will be organic search results, which are going to be based on how well you've done with your search engine optimization. So one way to get high in the results page is to go for those paid search results, right? That you don't have to do any SEO for that. You don't have to invest any money into your website or any work into your website to try to get it to rank higher, because paid search results are just that. You just pay to be ranked first. But the con to that is that it's very expensive. If you can look at the chart, it costs anywhere from 45 cents to $3.77 US, for example, for paid Google or Facebook search ads. And Google ads are not any different. It's very expensive per every click. So anytime someone clicks on that paid ad, then Google just made a bunch of money from that one click. And there could literally be hundreds or thousands of people clicking on that ad every day, and those costs can add up very quickly. So what you want to do is you actually want to fight for those first 3 of the organic search results that Google spits out when you perform a search. And fighting for that is exactly what it is. It's almost a war because it's so competitive. Everyone wants to be in those top 3 coveted positions. And as with any war, there's always victors as well as casualties. You'll see here from the breakdown of the search engine results, if you rank #1 in those organic search results, you're getting 32% of the traffic from those searches. And if you fall into second place, you're getting 25, and third place, you're getting 19. So the differences can be quite dramatic. And what's even more dramatic is the fall off after the first page. So pretty much, if you're not in the top 10 of search results, you're wasting your time and your money trying to get traffic from the search results page. If you add up the totals, if you rank in the top 3, that actually accounts for 75% of all the traffic. So 3 out of 4 people are going to visit only the top 3, and only 1 out of 4 people are going to visit anything that ranks lower than #3. So how do you get there? Well, it's a fierce competition, and there's a lot that goes into ranking, not even just in the first 3, but on the first page. It can take a lot of time and a lot of effort. There's a lot of things that go into ranking higher, but they fall into 4 main categories. One is called local SEO. So that explains the local results, which is very important for mobile searches, which are based off of the phone location. But then the other categories are on-page search engine optimization, which are that has to do with everything that you can do with your website and your web page itself, as well as, and then the other category is off-site SEO, which relates to how many people or how many other websites link back to your website and how often it's referenced on the internet, just aside from not on your website, but on other sites. And then there's technical SEO, which is a little bit more code driven, and that has to do with how your URLs are structured and how your website's designed from the inside. It's actually so complicated that someone in a funny effort came up with something called the periodic table of SEO ranking factors, just to show how scientific and complicated it can be to rank for those top spots. This is some of the on-page SEO that can be done to your web page. So there's a lot of things in there that when you're targeting a specific keyword, you'd want to customize for that keyword to make sure your site ranks higher. And then there's off-page SEO, which would include any of those other elements that are on this picture here, including posts on other websites, blog posts, posts in forums, press releases, reviews, anything that's not on your website, but it's out there on other websites that eventually directs traffic and points back to your site is what's called off-page SEO. Another important thing nowadays is mobile search results. So more than half of search results these days are actually from mobile devices. They're not even from the computer. And so Google and the other search engines are really starting to factor in how well your website performs on mobile devices. And so there's a lot of elements that you'd want to focus and consider when designing your page, not just for the desktop, but you want to factor in mobile SEO strategies as well. And the main thing, no matter what keyword you're targeting, is you want to have relevant quality content, because the search engines, once they do direct traffic to your site, they actually keep an eye on what your visitors did on your site, how long they were there, did they click around, did they find what they needed? And if they didn't stay a very long time, they bounced right out, or you weren't able to help them with that search result, then they're not going to rank you as high next time. Your search results are going to suffer. But if they did stay a long time and they found what they needed, then that's going to improve your search results next time people search for you. So there are a lot of tools, obviously, that people require to get this job done. But in the end, working your way up the search results is worth it, because the payoff can be quite substantial. Back to you, Chair.
Thanks, PJ. That's an excellent speech. Before we go to the evaluations, let's welcome the second evaluator, John Morris, to give the introductions to Catherine's the second speaker's speech, Catherine's speech. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Catherine's speech is from the Visionary Communication Level 2, Project 2, and the requirements of the speech are understanding your communication style. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech, share a communication style and its impact on professional and personal relationships. Avoid reporting on the content of this project. The title of Catherine's speech is Apple to Apple. Apple to Apple, Catherine Chat.
How many of you think that the title should be Apples to Apples? No? Mine is Apple to Apple. You didn't hear it wrong? That's what I meant. Let me share my screen to you. Apple to Apple. When I search Apple at Google, it had Apple Canada for me. It's not even an advertisement. But if I put an apple, I got what I want. Communication is how one person has to deliver the same idea what I would like to deliver to the other person. And the second person should receive what you want them to do. There are lots of different ways, by email, phones, podcast. It very depends how do you want the communication to be. Typically, there are 4 different styles. Let's spin the wheel. The first one, we'd like to talk about supportive. This is a PowerPoint, so I couldn't do the spin. I did it for you. Supportive communicators. Supportive communicators appreciate a calm, steady approach. And they're peacemaker. Earn their trust by providing them with plenty of reassurance when seeking their opinions and ideas. Encourage them to express their concern and allow them time to make decisions. Another one is analytical communicator. Analytical communicator like facts and figures, charts, systematic or computerized data. Present information to them in an organized manner and be prepared to answer questions. Be patient while they think through the process of new information. Next, initiating communicator. Value interaction with others. They are social butterfly. They like sharing stories, allow time for socializing at the beginning of the meeting, and create a friendly, non-threatening environment. Provide time for them to express their feelings and opinions. The 4th one is direct. Direct communicator. Direct communicator prefer when you get to the point quickly and in a succinct manner. When dealing with these communicators, be specific and avoid over-explaining or repeating yourself. They are always in a rush. Focus on solution and only provide details when asked. Do you have any idea which communicator that you will fall into the category?
I do.
Are you really 100% of that? Let's review. If you have the highest score of direct communicator style, you're result-oriented, focused, and competitive, motivate to get things accomplished. You are quick and decisive because you are independent and confidence. You prefer a busy, efficient, and structured environment. Others may sometimes perceive you as impatient and demanding. Allowing others to share feelings and explain details can encourage dialogue. How can you get evaluate of yourself? Join Toastmasters, just like me. I'm now in the visionary communicator second level. Then by having the self-assessment, I've got my score. I'm majority of the direct communicator. However, it's not the true me. When I did the self-evaluation, I'm thinking about my work. I'm thinking about not only my daily work and my volunteering work, but if my communication partner changed to be my son or my mom, I'll have a different characteristic. Just like every one of you, I think we have different weights of the communication side. It very depends on the scenario and who you are dealing with. Next time, when I tell you I want Apple, I really want Apple, not Apple Store. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. Next, let's welcome TJ as the evaluator to introduce Charles' speech.
Thank you, Sharon. I have the pleasure of evaluating Charles tonight. And Charles is going to be giving us a speech on acquiring more outlets is the title. He's working on a project on his pathway, persuasive influence, building a social media presence. His objective today is to deliver a speech about the results and experiences of building a social media presence or enhancing an existing one, as well as the benefits of social media. Today, he'll be reporting on the pathway level and the purpose of the project. He's going to give us a progress update report on what he's done so far. Everyone, please help me welcome Charles, acquiring more outlets.
Thank you, TJ. So let's wind the clocks way back, all the way back to 2017. Imagine you just set up this nice little website here. And then after that, you have a few more websites set up on Facebook, Instagram, and a few more photos here and there, lie it out all over the site. What a wonderful project it could be to be able to just connect to a few people. And then suddenly you found your first troll. And then all of a sudden, you also found a few friends along the way, and everything seems fine until spam, and then more spam, and then more spam. Anybody have this kind of familiar experience? Can I get a raise of hands? Okay, so am I talking to the wrong people or what? So here's my experience about social media marketing or all that stuff so far. It's been a fun ride, and it's also been a head banging on the table type of ride kind of thing. And I'm saying that because the good thing about social media presence is you get to expand across a whole bunch of markets that you never thought you would be tapping across. Because from my experience, I've reached out to people from Edmonton who I know about, but then the people who I didn't know about, all the way out to Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and somewhere in the area like Lethbridge that I don't even know about. So that was an interesting way to expand a few markets here and there, because I just kind of like, you just pick up your phone and it's like, wait, I got this text message. Wait, where's this area code from? Where's this person coming in from? And how did they get my number again? And you just kind of get that kind of weird feeling. But it's not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, that still leads to a bit of business at the end. So that's a good part about setting up those things in social media. The downside about having to do all of that is you need somebody to manage this, because being on social media is very, very time consuming. And by time consuming, I mean to be able to make sure a photo works or doesn't work. It's not just about content of whether it sells or not. In the industry that I'm in, which is financial services, this stuff is really highly regulated. So that means even if it is right stuff, it sells, somehow you can always get into legal body troubles and all of that have to go through some kind of compliance issues. So I have to be able to make sure that checks out first and I don't step out of the line or out of the border. But other than that, so far, me building that kind of outlet works. However, I'm also not going to lie. I hate Twitter because Twitter is just a wonderful, none other than a good place for spam. Because if you just put hashtag some random word, hashtag finance, hashtag freedom, hashtag insurances, hashtag investment, hashtag the market, hashtag economy, whatever, you know how this I'm going this on and on. You click from one place to another place that you don't even end up where you are at the end of the day. It's like me going into a forest without a map and trying to find my way out of that forest. So trying to go through that part is definitely headbanging. But at the end of the day, Twitter is still a very strong platform, because for me, I managed to connect to a few people who did ask me a few questions that I didn't expect, such as how does this work? How does some other product work? Or how does a few terms work? That I ended up having to share a whole new webinar series about. And that also evolved to a few more of my people having to set up a whole new server up on their own to be able to set up get a whole computer, turn it into a server grade thing, and get a bunch of 14 terabyte, 500 increments. What do you call that thing? That server grade board. I don't even know that kind of thing. We try to set up this thing, and huge room, huge database, did a bunch of video editing. And as a result of all of that, from that one Twitter tweet, came across a whole library database. That took about 3 years to build up. And through that database, managed to attract a whole new bunch of market that people want to be able to come in from time to time. Maybe on a Friday night or on a Saturday night, we host a bunch of these webinar series. Helped me expand my market a bit. And as a result of that, we tapped into a whole new audience group. Like people who are just working about odd hours or maybe odd timing that doesn't have jobs, but at the same time, they are well on their own as business owners doing a bunch of side work here and there. So that came about a very interesting concept on how they managed to dump money in, because we shared a whole bunch of interesting concepts on a bunch of investment ideas, which helped expand to another market and another market. So all of this as a result helped me expand across Canada, across America, and now into Hawaii. So through this is my report so far. So what have I got from this? Is there a good thing about social media? The pro is yes, because you get to expand to new markets. You also get to expand to new education systems and places that you don't even know about. But the bad thing is you also get a bunch of trolls, and it's also headbanging and hard to manage. But ultimately, very, very well worth it, because I get to expand a whole new place and teach a whole new people things that I don't even think I would have known about. So maybe I can challenge some people in the audience to try this one day. Maybe TJ too. Until then, this is my summary of what it's like to be social media marketing. Sharon, back to you.
Thank you, Charles. That's very exciting topics to talk about. Next, we'll go to the evaluation sections. First, I will give the evaluations for TJ speech SEO. Let's talk about the good thing. I think you prepare a very detailed PowerPoint with graphs to capture the audience attentions. Also, you stand up to give the speech, so to engage the audience. You have used and cite sources to support, and as well as for the speech content, you make a source list available. Let's talk about something you can improve. I do see you try to craft clear message and also craft engaging transitions between main section of your speech. However, due to it's a little bit technical and complex subjects, some of the pages of the slides is hardly recognized on the small screen. So it's a little bit distracting as you show the slides while giving the speech. So perhaps next time you can keep the slides more concise and sleek. That's all for my evaluations. Next, let's welcome the second evaluators, John Morris, to give the speech evaluations for Catherine's speech.
Thank you, Sharon. I enjoyed Catherine's speech. It was very original, and the title was very unique, Apple to Apple. It was very well researched with very good content. The communication style was demonstrated, appeared to be analytical, and I felt she had excellent title and visual content to communicate her message with impact to the audience. Her delivery skills overall were fairly good, very good eye contact, vocal variety, facial animation, pacing and pauses, and vocal quality. Her organization appeared to be very factual, but analytical, supported with excellent visual aids, which were very unique. As a challenge to Catherine, one area which I feel would embellish her speech considerably would be to use more gestures to add greater impact to your presentation. So as a challenge, more gestures would create more connectivity and spontaneity with your audience, and your gestures would be adding more impact. But overall, an excellent speech, and I think a little bit more rehearsal and polishing, it could be a very exceptional speech, very unique speech, and I enjoy your speech very much. I look forward to hearing your next speech. Well done, Catherine.
Thanks, John. Next, let's welcome TJ to give the evaluation for Charles' speech.
Thank you, Sharon. Charles' speech, what I really enjoyed about him is when he was speaking was he just showed a lot of enthusiasm. He was smiling. He was really, his facial expressions were very varied, and they really communicated how he was feeling and how excited he was about his topic. Clearly, he is really interested in social media marketing, especially online stuff. I know a little bit about that of Charles from beforehand, but if I hadn't, I would have certainly become aware of that through just listening to his speech tonight. I like that he encouraged the audience's participation by asking them questions and polling the audience as well. And he did it in a very friendly and casual way. He wasn't too serious about it, and even made a joke when I think no one replied. All he heard was crickets, but he just rolled with it, and he kept his energy up very high. He had a great use of hand gestures as well. He was, like I said, he was very animated, not just facially, not just through his facial expressions, but his body language and his hand gestures all added to the message and the excitement that he put into his speech. One thing that I would recommend for Charles to do next time, and it would have, I think, made the speech a lot more interesting and real for the audience, is to have maybe shown us some screenshots of social media posts that he's put up in, you know, during the last while that he's been doing this social media presence. and that would have engaged us a lot more, as well as it would have been interesting to see that his audience's engagement on social media, how they reacted and how they replied and what sort of messages they got. It would have been fun to have seen some examples of the trolling and the friends that he made and the followers that he's brought and the support that he's gotten as subscribers on his social media accounts. So I think to have seen some hard facts and some pictures would have gone a long way in bringing it into not just a talk or an idea, but into our reality. Another improvement I'd recommend for Charles is his talk seemed a little bit all over the place. I couldn't really, I mean, it had a good introduction. The body, I think, could have used a little bit of work, as well as the conclusion. I think he could have had a stronger conclusion that wrapped up more of the elements that he presented to us. I really like that Charles gave us a personal real life example of the power of social media in his businesses and how it's helped him make contacts and get leads from all areas, including, like, I think you mentioned Edmonton and Lethbridge, some places that you haven't even heard of. And it got me really excited about the possibilities of social media, because as the VP of PR of our club, I know that social media is going to be a fundamental tool in helping us promote the club, and his energy and his wisdom, I think, is going to help me do a better job at what I need to do. Thank you, Charles.
Thank you. That concludes our speech sessions. Next, we will have a 5 minutes break. Let's gather back in 3 minutes past 8.
Five minutes, please.
Oh, somebody's gone.
Seems like once there's a break, everybody goes away from keyboard.
Yes. Well, people might be needing bathroom breaks, which I can understand.
Well, I come and go here and there because I have family that always pulls me here and there.
Or it could be eating a drink. Could go either way.
I have water. I can just fine. Maybe you should get a drink since it's a break.
I have coffee.
Coffee, nice.
Oh yeah, coffee.
Couldn't really get used to it, but I can get used to the taste of wine.
So, wait, did you say wine?
Yes, wine, whiskey, scotch, rum, and all that. And since TJ isn't here, I can share a lot more.
Oh, he might be there. He might just have his camera off. It happens.
How about you? You have any of those hard stuff?
Not so much. I'm a cider girl when I do drink, but I don't drink very often.
Cider, fruity, like what kind of fruit?
Delicious is what it is.
Well, what's your favorite fruit?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe raspberries?
Raspberry? Raspberry's pretty sweet.
And raspberry cider is also delicious.
Yes, I can agree with that. I'm close to you. I'm not so much into raspberry, but I do like it. But I like strawberries more.
That's also a good choice.
Yes. Didn't know about that side of you liking raspberries.
Oh yeah, I'm a berry gal. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. We have 3 minutes and counting.
3 minutes and counting it is then. So what's your favorite? What's your other favorite fruit that you
Charles,
eat?
you're in for a treat. Hang tight. I think Johan's gonna put something on the screen that's hilarious.
Okay.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah, we only have to play a bit of it. Go for the Rocky bit. Dun 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 dun.
So can I still ask what kind of favorite fruit do you have besides raspberry?
Oh yeah. Blackberries. Blueberries. The berries.
Blueberry.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. That's actually going into Rocky.
So pretty much you like berries, lots and lots of berries, just like.
Oh yes. I have cantaloupe too. Really like cantaloupe. It's delicious. Okay, so here he goes. He's gonna share. Johan's about to share something that's hilarious in my mind's eye.
Oh, I need to share the song as well.
Yes, you do.
Hear the sound?
You hear the Rocky in there?
This is the way.
Wasn't it?
Creative by yourself.
Yeah, I forgot. I should put this at begin for the 5
Sounds
minutes break.
pretty good. This, if you go to the District 21 conference, is what you're going to see during the evaluation and international contest speeches.
I think we can use for our club.
Yeah, different one. Yeah, also 3 minutes one, and yeah, few other.
It's a good screen to be playing during the break. Don't get me wrong. However,
It's time.
the frame rates on your screen I'm seeing, it's not smooth.
The
It
problem is my internet is not stable right now.
All right, gentlemen, ladies,
You are such a
fellow guests, members, it is 5 minutes is up. Everybody, please turn on your cameras and let us know that you're here and back at your desks. Oh, there's TJ, Catherine, Tina, are you there? Veronica, are you there?
and you were losing John Moore.
Veronica, you're there. I see you. Awesome.
Where's John?
Tina, so happy that you made it out tonight. John Morris should be back, but that's okay.
No, she signed out of the meeting.
Oh, hopefully he'll come back. Well, we'll continue this meeting. Folks, welcome back to the second half of our meeting. I would like to once again introduce to you our chair, Sharon Lowe. Yay!
Thanks, Leah. Welcome back, our Toastmaster fellows and most welcome guests. Now I'll go to the fun part of this tonight's meeting. That's the table topic. Let's welcome table topic master Johan.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm serving as table topic master. However, I just found out my table topic evaluator John disappeared. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can be the table topic evaluator. No worries. Before he came back.
Okay, then thank you, Sharon. So Sharon will be jumping as the table topic evaluator until John comes back. So for the guest information, our table topic is practice our impromptu speaking skills. For example, I will post some random question related to the theme tonight, which is Easter. And then I will pick up one of the audience to come out to speak. So you can speak 1 to 2 minutes. As I explain in my timer's introduction, you will see the green light at 1, yellow at 1:30, red at 2 minutes. So when you see a red color, please wrap up your speech soon. And after the table topic, we will have our table topic evaluator to provide you some feedback. So before I start, I would like to ask our guest, Veronica and Tina, would you like to participate in this part? I will not ask you right away, but
That's a yes from Tina. I saw her head go like this.
About our another Veronica, would you like to participate?
I take it that's a no.
No, I'm not. I'm not asking you to be the first speaker. I will ask few members first. Then you can take a look how it works. Then I'll ask you later if you feel comfortable.
Veronica, you're muted.
You're
You're muted. We can't hear you.
I just want to listen and see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry. I won't ask you right now.
Okay.
Just,
Thank you.
Sit back and observe and relax. So since our tonight's theme is Easter, my first question is that how did you spend your Easter weekend this year? How did you spend your Easter weekend? The first question I will ask the one sitting beside me, Leah.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and especially to our most welcome guests, Tina and Veronica. Happy end of long Easter weekend if you're a government employee like I am. I'm just coming off of a 4-day weekend, and hallelujah, after 6 weeks of overtime, I needed it. How I spent my Easter weekend was by working more, but not for my paid job. I decided to rekindle my passion of gardening. So after 3 or 4 trips to the garden store and a little bit of money later, we now have what's starting to look like a really wonderful garden with flowers and a lilac, 2 rose bushes, some herbs and spices, some onion and tomato. I am so excited. In 3 months' time, I'm going to be in heaven with all the flowers that will pop everywhere. But let me tell you, I've made him do a lot of the digging in the garden. He has been the one doing a lot of the backbreaking work. So thank you very much for that. And on that note, I'd like to turn it back over to our chair. Back to you, Mr. Tabletop Master.
So thank you, our first speaker, Leah. Yes, I can approve what she says is correct. I saw her in the backyard doing some play with dirt. So my second question is, what is your best Easter memory? What is your best Easter memory, or what's a memorable story moment? What's the most memorable moment in Easter for you? I would like to ask Charles.
Good God, where do I start? So let's start off with back at 2018, we had a little contest where the prize of that trip is to be able to go to a tropical place. And that tropical place happens to be out in the southern area. Let's call this place Bora Bora, but it's not that exactly place, but Moorea. I don't know if you guys are familiar enough with the French Polynesia Islands, but this is the leeward island, Bora Bora. This is Tahiti. Moorea is somewhere at the northern island up there. I'll just keep that simple for there. So what's so great about this place? Well, first of all, to be able to qualify for this contest, it was a lot of work, but at the end, we did the volume, we did the business, we got it there. So during that time, I brought May over there, and because she was always busy with research, she is just about to collapse on the table and fall asleep. So I think a good idea to wake her up with a good surprise when she falls asleep is the letter of invitation and qualification is to put that next to her work, so that when she digs through the pile of her research paper, she finds that into there and she can just scream out loud. So I think that was a good memorable start through that when she heard the news. And after that, she can finally have a break. Finally, when we actually get to the place, I think the best place was to be able to just celebrate with myself, my business partners, as well as her friends over there. And the best part about that place is it is secluded, it's quiet, but the scenery on the beaches and the flowers that you see on the landscape is just beautiful. As long as you see that sun at the midday just shining all over you. So I think that is a very good experience to have whenever you wanted to feel relaxed after a long day of stress out. If anybody ever wanted to go to a place like Moorea, go ahead, visit that place. I do encourage that. And other than that, if anybody actually likes seafood or lobster, I think that place has a good service of that. If you actually see how big the claw of the lobster is, and you just gotta rip one out in half, it's just good seasoning to put onto that and just take that first bite. It's really tasty and fancy seafood, and really nice when it's served with some pina colada. I like the alcohol of it more than the lobster, but both of it is good. But that's my memorable experience. Oh, also, it's on a side note. This is also a good celebration for May during that time when she just finished her PhD.
Oh, thank you, our second speaker, Charles. So I'm glad our table topic evaluator, John, just come back. Hi, John. So first we finished first two table topic evaluator, and Sharon will be take care of the evaluation for first two speakers. So my third question, I would like to ask, if your children want to adopt a bunny, a rabbit at home, would you agree? Why and why not? If your children want to adopt a rabbit, bunny at home, would you agree? Why or why not? I believe, Tina, I believe you have children. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. I have two daughters.
So would you like to take on this question?
Wow, what a tricky question. If my children, they want to adopt a bunny, will I allow the bunny to be at home? I shall say yes. But that, however, that won't happen, I have to say, because they are 16 years old. And if back like 5 years ago, they might ask this question. Back then, I shall say I would say yes, because I think bunny is so cute, right? Just look at them with big ears and hopping around, and veggie eater. I love that. However, right now they grow older. I really regret that we never adopted any animals as pets at home. I think pets are really good for children. Number one, they can be good companies for the children. Number two, they can be make friends with them, and the children can learn responsibilities. They have to take care of the pets. And number three, I think that by raising a pet, keeping a pet at home, you can teach the children a lot of science. They have to really do research on how to take care of the pets, let's say bunnies. And right now, as I said, my children, they have outgrown the age to keeping pets at home. But into the future, if they really want something as a pet, I'd like to say I will encourage them to do so, because there are so many advantages for doing that. Okay, thank you for the question, and back to you, Table Talks Master.
Oh, thank you, our third speaker, Tina, and thank you for your opinion about the rabbit. I personally, I won't, if I have children, I won't allow the rabbit at home. Just too annoying, I would say. So my fourth question, I would like to ask our guest, Veronica, are you comfortable to take on a question? I mean, Veronica might not be available right now. So then I will ask Catherine. So what does Easter mean to you? What does Easter mean to you?
Easter holidays, of course, long weekend. I've been with the Christian school since I was young, like kindergarten. So I adopt lots of the Christians tradition about Easter. Bunnies, Easter eggs, and nowadays, Easter become more commercial. You can see if it's not a lockdown, there will be commercial, all the malls and all the advertisement about Easter. However, I found that most people lost the theme, lost the main idea of Easter. Easter is about sacrifice. It's about reborn. It's about a new life. Not only hunting for the Easter eggs. I like chocolate, but not a big fan. If I can promote Easter, I'll have more ideas teaching children, not only taking the eggs, but they will have to give out some eggs for the balance in order to sacrifice of what you need to someone that is less fortunate. I wish Easter can be not only for Christian, it should be for anyone. If Easter is for you, I wish you can share your love to anyone else who is not a Christian. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Catherine, for your really sincere and some good advice for us about we need to think about the original purpose about this date. It's Easter day. And thank you for that. And then I would like to call our guest, Veronica. Are you ready to take on a table topic question about Easter? Okay, I think Veronica.
I think she just wants to watch for the time being.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I think then that will conclude my table topic session. So back to Mr. Chair. Oh, Madam Chair, sorry.
Thanks, Han. And the topics you provided. I will do the first two evaluations for the table topics. Speaker. The first is for Leah. The question is, how did you spend your Easter weekend? You mentioned about a long holiday for public services. Actually, I logged in today and then I find out, wow, today is a holiday. Nobody told me so. So it's quite weird for me. Anyway, you talk about the gardenings. I can't wait to see you change the background of the Zoom meeting with the flower you grow. When you do the topic and the speech, perhaps next time you can add more contents when you grow, after you grow the flowers. Next question for Charles is to describe the memorable moments in Easter for you. You talk about a experience back in 2018 and describe it in a very vivid and details, make people really want to go there. I could see that another improvement you make is that you're facing the camera while deliver the speech, which you haven't done before. So I think it's a bravo improvement for you. But next time, perhaps you can work harder on time management and control to deliver a speech within the time frame. Next, please welcome John to give the evaluations for the other table topic speaker.
John, you're muted. John, you're on mute.
Thank you very much. I'd like to start with Charles. He'll get a double evaluation here. I felt Charles had good gestures, vocal variety, and facial animation. It's a challenge to Charles, more direct eye contact. You had eye contact, but more direct eye contact. Your best quality was your enthusiasm. I've been to Bora Bora and Maria back in 1982, and it is exactly as you described it, Charles. So well done for you. I really enjoyed your topic. Our third speaker was Tina. Would you like to adopt a rabbit at home? I thought she had good vocal variety and pacing and pauses and vocal quality. Some gestures, but I would recommend that you need more of them to improve on your presentation. I thought your best quality was eye contact, very direct eye contact. You can see exactly what you're thinking through communicating with your eyes. So very well done, Tina. Our fourth speaker was Catherine Chack. What does Easter mean to you? I thought she had good vocal variety. Her pacing and pauses were really good, and her vocal quality was good. I felt her eye contact was okay. It was satisfactory, but try to work on more direct eye contact. Your best quality, though, were your gestures and your visual imagery. which are created through word pictures. And also, I felt it was a very excellent response, an original response to the question. I wasn't expecting you to say what you said, so that was very well done, Catherine. It really connected well with myself, and I would suspect with other members of the audience. So well done. So that concludes my evaluation of the remaining table topic speakers. I'd now like to return the floor back to our chair.
Thanks, John, for the evaluations. Next is supposed to be the grammarian report. Because we don't have a grammarian tonight, we can skip this part, but nobody used the keywords of the day. Perhaps I shouldn't choose the resurrection keywords. Anyway, let's welcome our quizzer, TJ.
Thank you, Sharon. All right, I got a lot of questions for you guys. We have a little bit of time, so let's have a round of quizzing. So just everyone can unmute themselves, and when you know the answer, just shout it out. First one to get it right wins. Who said, "Rekindle my passion of gardening"?
Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good job, Charles. From one of the talks, what you got to come up with the answer to this question. What 3 benefits can adopting a pet give to children?
Responsibility, accompany,
Companionship?
That's 2 of them. What's the 3rd one?
Friendship?
Learn science.
Accompany. That's the same as company. So you got responsibility,
something?
company.
and learn.
What's the 3rd one? Low. Okay, yeah, you got it. Learn about the learn some science or some knowledge about the pet. One of the speakers mentioned that she has a garden. Can someone tell me at least 2 of the things that she's growing in the garden?
Herbs, flowers, onions.
What you said?
Onions, yeah. What was the first one, Tina?
Herbs.
Herbs, okay. Yeah, you got it. Anyone have a 3rd one? Can you think of one more?
Roses and lilacs.
Roses. I had tomatoes too. What was the travel destination that Charles mentioned?
Indonesia?
The actual name of the place. It seemed like it was the name of a city or a town.
It's not Bora Bora. It's not Tahiti. It's the one in the north end.
Morea.
Yes.
Okay, Charles, what was it?
Morea.
Morea.
Yeah,
this
only
is French
remember from
Polynesia.
M.
Which other club member mentioned that he or she has gone to Bora Bora?
John
John.
Morris.
John Morris. Yeah.
John Morris.
Right.
1982?
Yep, 1982.
Who said we can't change the circumstances, but we can take active measures to improve our health?
Tina?
Yep. Good
Oh.
job, Catherine.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay. From Catherine's speech, what were the 4 communication styles?
Supportive,
Direct.
Political.
initiating,
Initiating.
and
direct.
analytical.
Direct.
Yeah. good
Charles.
job,
Charles got
Charles
that.
and Tina. Charles and Tina got that one. Who said you found your first troll and a few friends along the way?
Charles.
Charles.
Yeah.
Sounds like Charles.
Yes, Yuhan knows me. Apparently, that's not a good thing.
What was the social media platform that Charles hated the most?
Twitter.
Twitter. Does anyone know why?
Because he secretly loved it too.
Too many hashtag.
Yeah, there you go. All the hashtags, they get you off topic very quickly. Who said, I found that most people have lost the main theme of Easter.
Or Catherine.
Catherine.
Who knows what the original theme or the Christian theme of Easter is?
Yes,
She mentioned
sacrifice.
Sacrifice a new life. Yeah, good job. Okay, that concludes our quizzer section. Thank you. Back over to you, Madam Chair.
Thanks, TJ. Now, let's welcome you how to deliver the timer's report.
So thank you, Madam Chair. I will quickly go over the speeches and evaluation. The inspirator, Tina, 1 minute 10 seconds. Joke master, Catherine, 2:36. We have 3 speakers. First speaker, TJ, 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Is a bit overtime. And second speaker, Catherine, 6:25. Third speaker, Charles, 6:38. For the 3 evaluation, first evaluation, Sharon, only 54 seconds. So you can have up to 3 minutes. So you can elaborate more your feedback. The second evaluator, John Morris, also only 1 minute 15 seconds. Will be short. Third evaluator, TJ, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So TJ used all the evaluation time. Well done. 4 table topic speaker. First one, Leah, 1:30. So it's right on the yellow. The Charles, 2:15. And Tina, I believe 1 minute 53 seconds. And Catherine, I think it's around 2 minutes. I didn't write down, but I remember around 2 minutes. For those the two tabletop evaluators, Sharon, 1 minute 20 seconds for 2 speakers, and John Morris, 1:40 for 3 speakers. And for quizzer, TJ used 3 minutes 50 seconds. I gave him a bit extra time. We still have time for the meeting. So that concludes my timers report.
Thanks, Yuhan. Next, let's welcome Leah to deliver the general evaluations.
Yes, Tina. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guest Tina. It's my job as a general evaluator to give evaluation to the roles that are not already given evaluation, because the only way in which we grow here at Toastmasters is through evaluation and effective feedback. I'm going to start off with the Sergeant at Arms, who's myself. She started the meeting a little bit late, but when it came to the second half, she called it back on time. So I thought, oh, all in all, not bad. She might want to be a little tighter on the time. Then our chair, Sharon, did a great job of introducing the theme and also for stepping up at the very last minutes into 2 other roles. I liked how she dealt with the fact that we didn't have a grammarian. I thought that was really well handled. I liked how she brought in a word of the day. Unfortunately, none of us used it. But all in all, good job. Some nice transitions, at times a little fast for my personal liking, but that's okay. I'm going to have a general thing to say about everybody, but all in all, Sharon, as a chair, you did a fantastic job, even when Johan called you Mr. Chair and meant to say Madam Chair. So then next we have our timer, who did a pretty decent job of actually introducing his role and did a fantastic report at the end. But my room for improvement, my tip, is that one thing I noticed in the introduction, it was missing the timing for the evaluation. So then when the end report came around and mentioned that the evaluators were a little bit short on time, might have been helpful had he told us what the length of time was for the evaluators so that they knew what to aim for. And next, our inspiration is our guest, Tina, and I'm so happy to have Tina. I'm so happy to have you here. Just wanted to let our inspirationists know that she did a fantastic job, especially in these times of COVID and being our second Easter now with COVID. Thank you for lifting our spirits and making us realize that the importance of self-care is a really, really important thing. Next, I'd like to go on to our joke master, Catherine, the queen of great one-liner jokes, and there was a bunch of them. A couple of decent groaners, I might add. My only concern was the technology glitch. When we seem to have all lost Catherine at the same time, the joke stopped flowing, the humor kind of paused until she was able to get back on board with us. She was able to get back on board with us, which was great. Would have loved to have heard more jokes because it sounds like there was many more. The only other tip for improvement is that when if you're reading, right, maybe put it by your camera so it looks like you're looking at your camera when you're actually kind of reading it. That's just something, because I looked a lot of times eyes down, noticed that there was possibly a bit of reading going on with that. Next, Toastmaster. Oh, helps. Okay, now into our evaluators. So Sharon did a great job with introducing our first speaker. I liked how she mentioned, obviously there was communication before the meeting occurred in order to have the information about what path, what project, and to be able to do, and actually something that all the evaluators did. One thing I noticed that most of the evaluators didn't do, and just a heads up, is the proper greeting at first, which is fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. A lot of times that was skipped. It's something I noticed throughout the meeting, and it's something just to be really aware of. I actually would like to give just a kudos to somebody who's already got an evaluation, which is TJ, for the tip about the side-by-side screen sharing. I think that's a really important tip, and that's something that maybe we can bring in as a regular part of our meeting, because that did help with watching the overall speech. John Morris's evaluator. John has heart. There is no question in my mind. He's got a heart of gold, and I love the positivity with which he does his evaluations. Again, culprit of not doing the proper greeting, but very positive, provided room for improvement, but did a great sandwich method, and I thought that was really nice to see. Our third evaluator, TJ. Again, there was no formal greeting. This is what I meant by this. But I really loved in giving the evaluation and giving the feedback that there were some very excellent examples cited throughout the speech. And I like seeing that. And if this was an evaluation contest, TJ probably would have gotten top marks for the content that he used in his overall evaluation. Then next, Table Topics Master had some great questions that tied into the theme, and I really liked how he flowed between the different sections. I don't have much in the way of room for improvement for our Table Topics Master because I thought he did a great job. The only tip would be maybe not to call our chair Mr. Chair, would maybe be my one tip for improvement. Then for our Table Topics Evaluators, we had Sharon with great feedback, but very quick. So if you could slow it down just a little bit, be great. And another thing that I'd like to bring up was try, when doing evaluations, this is for anybody doing evaluations, when doing evaluations, try to keep it in the third person. When you end up having conversation one-on-one with somebody, it brings everybody else out of that evaluation, out of being part of the group. Then for John Morris giving the evaluation, so positive. I can't help but say so positive. And I like the examples like great direct eye contact. Then for our quizzer, TJ as quizzer, great questions. I wanted more. So just so you know, for future, feel free to go a little faster when it comes to the quizzer section, because I would have loved to have had more questions. And on that note, I turn this back over to Madam Chair. Back to you, Sharon.
Thanks, Leah, for the detailed evaluations. Now let's go to the very exciting moments. Let's welcome our President Yuhan to give the award ceremony.
Thank you, Sharon. So the moment we are waiting for the three top award for this meeting. So first award is the Best Speaker Award, goes to DJ.
Yay!
Yeah, and thank you everyone for your quick voting. The second award is Best Speech Evaluator Award for today is DJ again.
DJ, you're on a roll.
Thank you.
And the third award, which is the Best Table Topic Speaker, goes to Charles.
Charles.
I think everybody enjoyed.
Spelled wrong, but okay.
Everybody enjoyed Charles' table topics. And I also have another special award I would like to present to Catherine, our member Catherine Chalk. And give me a second. And here, okay. So congratulations, Catherine just completed her Visionary Communication Level 1.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Catherine.
And I believe after Catherine's tonight's speech, she only had one speech away to complete her level 2.
Yes, correct.
Whoa.
So we're looking forward for Catherine to complete another level very soon.
And get a triple crown with one more after that.
Yes, I'm working for that.
Yeah.
3 in a row. Good luck. I
So-
want to see a triple crown too.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes the award ceremony. Back to Madam Chair.
Thanks, Yuhan. Now let's go to the guest comments. Let's welcome Tina to give us some thoughts on tonight's meeting.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, for giving me the opportunity to give my comments as a guest. I shall say I'm very impressed by the meeting tonight, although it's not, it's the second time I came here. Thank you, Madam Chair, for sending me the invitation. I had a great night. I really impressed by how well organized the meeting is. As you know, right now everything is online, is virtual environment. It's just like I'm from North Vancouver Toastmaster. We have similar situation that right now we experience the lower attendance. Last time we had 6 people, and tonight you have 9. So really good. And although it's only 9 people, I feel every row very well fitted and very well organized. And you are so good at multitasking, as I can see. You have this wonderful speeches, great evaluations, feedback, and every component like quizzes, jokes, inspirations, everything there. I'm really impressed. So, and as I said, there's something bad about the virtual setting is low attendance because there's so much screen time, maybe a little bit tired. However, I can see there's great energy here. And also I want to say something good about this virtual setting is that we can freely move around to visit each other as I am here. I really enjoyed tonight. I have a lot to take away. And also I want to say welcome to our club, if you could. Our club the name is North Vancouver Toastmasters. And we are meeting every Wednesday at 6:45. You're welcome to visit us also. Thank you so much for having me tonight. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tina. Now
Thank you.
let's see if Yuhan has any club business to announce.
Yeah, I have just quick 2 announcements. I think some of you know that District 21 will have a annual conference. I just posted a link in the chat. That's the first. It's free because it's all virtual. It's in 2 weeks. No, actually it's next weekend. The weekend after this, yeah, April 16 to 18 is free. If you can take a look, if you're interested, you can register. And also the second, I thank you for our members. In the past few days, I contact some of the members to get the meeting in the next 3 months kind of scheduled. So if you can take a look here. So we have John to be the chair in the next meeting. Thank you, John. And we have Catherine to chair in May 3rd. We have TJ chairing May 17th. And myself, I will chair May 31st. I believe, is it correct? I think so. And for next meeting, April 19th, we already have 3 people sign up for speeches. If anyone want to speak, that's okay. We can make it as a speakathon. So if we have more people want to speak, we can make the meeting different. So, and for the meetings in May, we have 1 speaker for each meeting. So we still have lots of speaking spot. Please sign up as if you want to speak. And also we have all the meeting rules. if you want to, for example, for next meeting, who would like to be table topic master? So I think we should fill out the meeting role earlier, so the meeting chair can have more time to prepare. So TJ,
do so.
TJ and John, do you have any suggestion for the theme for next meeting?
I hope TJ can take a
Theme for next meeting,
Yeah, any suggestion for the theme is on April 19th.
final examinations.
Mm.
Yeah, I never heard the Toastmaster using this as a theme. Yes.
I'm thinking of college because university exams are on at that time.
Oh.
Final exam.
Is
Yeah.
it like Final Destination, the horror movie, except it has to do with school instead?
Yeah. You know, for a long time after I graduated from university, I always used to get a certain anxiety around this time of year, but I don't anymore. I grew out of it.
I can tell you that from my experience of having 3 midterms in one day, it's more than enough to make me face the can.
Yeah.
And Sharon, which role would you like to take? For
I haven't decided. Probably table topic master.
I think TJ just signed up for table topic master.
Evaluation.
Okay. Would you like to evaluate Catherine?
No, I mean table topic evaluators.
Okay. And Tina, would you like to take on a role if you are coming?
Right now, I cannot decide. Maybe I will. I think I can get access to the club, the website, and then I will sign a role by myself. Thank you so much.
And Tina, you may bring some friends.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, as I said, right now it's so convenient, right? We don't have to travel. We don't have to drive. Yeah, we just click the link.
And if we can get 5 of us to go to Tina's club, we can do a banner raid.
Wow, yay.
Steal a
you so much.
banner back home.
Yeah, we
I wonder
support
how do you
each
do
other.
that over virtual?
We can make one up.
Yeah, so I think we have signed out the major role for next meeting. So please encourage member to sign out role for the meeting in May as well if you are coming. So I think that concludes my announcement. Does anyone else have other announcement?
Oh, Tina has an announcement, or she say goodbye.
Okay.
I think she just left. But I'd like to get a screenshot of all of us. So can you change your background if you know how? I shared some backgrounds there in the
I
chat.
can't. My computer is too old.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I just.
Maybe it's time for an upgrade. TJ had one over the Christmas.
Easter eggs, yeah.
Yeah, but I just adopt from my kid when they don't use it. So I'll take over.
Oh, you got the same one as TJ.
Oh.
Sharon, are you changing yours?
Yeah, but it's a little bit difficult to change the back. I'd rather use my current one.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I don't know a good background. I'm still Google searching mine. You're gonna have to give me a bit of time.
I think TJ just uploaded a few images in the chat.
I know. I prefer my own. Thank you very much.
With the bunny, eh?
Oh, I keep disappearing.
Oh, don't move.
1080 will do.
Wait.
John, just hold on 1 second. We're just waiting for Charles.
Oh, boy, John, can I use virtual background?
That's okay. We use what we got.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
So let's see if I can get this right. So
Charles.
I'm trying to see if I can remember how I do this. So let's see here. Choose virtual background, right?
Yep. Keep going.
And to
Add image. Can you convert the file, it seems.
Where are you converting from?
Apparently it is set to a web page. So now I need to convert this into JPEG because Zoom is not exactly friendly enough for me to be doing that. So this is what it looks like, I think. Anybody see anything?
oh,
Nope,
No.
not yet.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You want to just use one of the ones that I shared there, Charles, so we can get this done?
Yeah, apparently so.
You can custom choose your custom one for next meeting. Have it prepared. Yeah, and I noticed sometimes you download those pictures, they save as web pages nowadays. I
Yeah,
noticed that one.
you're not downloading an
Yeah.
image, you're downloading a page.
No, it saves. Yeah, no, we're trying to download the image, but it saves it as a WP something like web page.
Yep,
Which is
that's
weird.
the one, which is why it wasn't so convenient.
Oh, here we go.
Which kind of makes me sad that I have to end up
Charles,
with
you got a
this
nice background
background.
It's cute.
All right. So Easter's the theme. I don't know what you guys want to do for that. Or we could just smile. Len look nice too. That's fine. I'll count down from 3. And Leah, try to make sure. I know it's tough when you have 2 people in there. Try to get in there. Okay. 3, 2. Yeah, you got it. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yay!
Ah,
Alright.
got it.
Oh, okay, one more then.
There.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Sweet. I gotta time it so as soon as I see Leah.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you. See you
Fun meeting.
guys.
Good night. Good night,
Good night.
everyone.
See you, everyone. And thank you for being patient with me.
No worries.
Good night, everybody.
By the way, I'm gonna try to give a speech every meeting from now on because I'm working towards
So
my
do I.
DTM by the end of June.
So do I. I already signed up.
If you
all
want to
my
be a
speeches.
DTM by the end of June, you still gonna have to be able to sponsor a club or whatever that nonsense is. Mentor a club.
Yeah, so that's this one. We gotta up our numbers. We gotta increase our membership now.
I might want to get my DTM next year. There's still a year to go.
Well, how far are you at? You're
Quite
doing it
far.
for pathways, right?
Yeah.
So how far are
But since I'm still have a like volunteering group that I'm mentoring, so that might help me a bit.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is
That's a
that the
cadet, right?
only thing left?
Yeah, it's a cadet squadron. I'm the lead rep there. And yeah, let me see.
District
Seems like it's
leadership.
less speech than what I encounter at the beginning. So looks like if I'm hardworking enough, then I could finish the second path next year for sure.
Well, as long as you can do 20 speeches within 1 year, it's easy if you can just do 1 or 2 a month.
Yeah. So just give me some like I will finish probably my level 3 with the first week in June. So I can start right away. And also I quit the other club at District 96, but I will look for one more club.
Which club?
I don't know yet. It depends. I don't know my schedule yet.
Want to join Spotlight Speakers?
But I want one in District 96.
Okay, sure.
What I mean is, what's your schedule going to be like? If you're more available for an evening hour, there's plenty of club. If it's more of a daytime hour, you might want to find one in Tri-Cities.
Evening hours, most likely, but not on Tuesday for sure. Not Tuesday, not preferably Thursday or Friday.
Thursday evening or Friday evening?
Mhm.
I know one for Thursday evening. For Friday evening, you might want to try ASK,
Where is it?
Advanced Speakers Club.
Yeah, I want an advanced club.
Advanced Speakers Club is with the K.
Let me Google that.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it a night for myself. So see you at the next meeting.
See ya,
Good night.
TJ. The ASK is one of them, and the other one for Thursday night that I can think about would be something in the Tri-Cities.